Hi honeys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another mukbang. Mukbang, y'all know. Anyway, I'm back with another mukbang. Today I have some snow crab legs, jumbo shrimp, chicken sausage, corn on the cob, and some Alfredo sauce that I have here. I also have a story time today, per usual. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining my channel. I hope you subscribe while you're here. To my returning subscribers, hey girl, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for sticking with me and hanging out with me. Be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what y'all eating, what you eating, girlfriend, what you eating. Do you got something to drink? Grab yourself something to eat, come back and have a seat. Pause this video. While you're doing so, be sure to subscribe, sis, bro, honey, whoever. Be sure you subscribe. That really helps your girl out. But anyway, oh yeah, and then today I have some, I don't know if y'all are familiar with like Ocean Spray. It's popular, I guess. Ocean Spray cran mango juice. It's so good. I'm pulling up my notes here for the story. So yeah, and I got me a ponytail holder because y'all see my hair is straight today. So I don't want my hair flying all in this food, and I ain't trying to get no crab legs all in my hair, okay? Okay. But anyway, y'all, I'm starving. Like, what did I eat today? I don't know. I ain't ate nothing, I don't think. So I'm just eating a piece of sausage and the sauce. Yeah, that sauce is so good. I just put some Alfredo sauce with some butter and some seasonings, mixed it together. Delish. And that chicken sausage by itself is just bomb. But anyway, I'm gonna taste this shrimp real quick, and then we're gonna get started with the story time. Okay, y'all, so story time I have today is from the episode For My Man, and you know I'll have it linked down below in the description box if you actually want to watch it. So this story is crazy, y'all. The story starts off with talking about a young girl. Her name is Shanika. She starts off in the story as about 10 years old. Troubled little girl, just bad as hell. Too much trouble for her parents to handle. Her mom and dad can't handle her. So you know, the state comes in or whatever. However, her aunt ends up stepping in and intervenes and takes her. You know, her aunt doesn't have any kids. She's a school teacher. Gonna call her Aunt Sandra. So Sandra is a school teacher. She ends up taking in little baddie Shanika. So she had Shanika for about 2 years, but Shanika's so bad, and I guess the state must have been called on her a few times, that you know it's just too much for Sandra to end up handle. So the state intervenes and pulls Shanika out of Sonya's house. Sandra, why I keep calling her Sandra? Sonya's house, Sandra's house, and she ends up being in the system in a group home. They take her and place her in a group home for 2 years. In a group home for 2 years, and then she's in and out of foster care for 4 years after that. So at this time, she's about 18 or whatever. After all this time, you know, she's too old to be in the system or whatever because she's grown. She gets out of the foster care and goes back to her Aunt Sonya's. I'm just gonna call her Sandra, y'all. Sonya, because Sandra ain't sticking, but her Aunt Sonya's. And Sonya, you know, lets her stay. That's her niece. She loves her. She adopted her previously, but she was just too bad for her to handle. But she's an adult, so she thinks it's better by now. So not shortly after she arrives, to her Aunt Sonya's house, she ends up pregnant. Her Aunt Sonya is not too happy about that because you just got out of the system. You here, you ain't got no job, you ain't doing nothing, you living with me, and you pregnant. So, but whatever. She ends up accepting it and gets excited because she has a grandchild on the way. She adopted her, so she's technically her mother. she has a grandchild on the way. So a few months go by, Shanika ends up having a baby. But Shanika, I guess, is kind of pressed to have a man. That's what they made it seem like in the show. So one day she's out having car trouble. And, you know, just standing in the street looking around because she needs help. And walks up this smooth, handsome young man, I guess. He was nice looking, tall. And caught Shanika's eye. I'm going to call him Antoine. Antoine walks up and helps her, being the gentleman, you know, like most men should, and helps Shanika. But in the meantime, they exchange phone numbers. They exchange phone numbers, so they end up talking, and yo, that sauce so good. They exchange phone numbers, they end up talking. They both, you know, talk about their lives as kids, and come to find out, Antoine had a troubled childhood also. He grew up in shelters and in a lot of foster care also, so they had something in common. They both had a rough childhood. So, so they end up, you know, making it official after talking for a while. Soon after making it official, which is a few months later, they moving fast, honey. They moved in with each other. But they moved in with Antoine's family. Antoine ain't got nothing of his own. He's bunking with family, but I guess he's paying rent. He just got released from prison for 2 years for criminal possession of a weapon. So after they move in with the family or whatever, they Sonya is not too thrilled about it because she knew Antoine's past, and she knew Shanika wasn't ready to be out on her own. You know, she clearly has some issues. She clearly has some issues, so. Ooh, y'all just got a good piece of meat. Yay. So, about 4 months after Shanika moves in with Antoine's family, she ends up pregnant with her second child. And soon after that, they realize, you know, money ain't coming in like that, so they can't end up paying family rent anymore. So what do? They contact Sonya, you know, ask moving with her, and she allows it. She's not thrilled about it, but she's doing it for the kids. They said she's doing it for her grandkids. So they end up moving in with Sonya, moving in her basement, in her house. You know, her 2 kids that she already had, the one prior to meeting Antoine, and then his son, or the one that she's pregnant with now. I love corn. The one that she's pregnant with now, and y'all, these shrimp were so big, but they shriveled up. But see, they end up moving in. So a few months go by. Of course, she has a baby. Shanika has a baby. She thinks they're living happily ever after in her adopted mom's basement. Sauce all on my mouth. Y'all don't even be telling me. But in her mom's basement, she thinks it's the life. One day they're not home. She leaves the kids in Antoine's care, and an accident happens. So they say it's an accident. The baby, the new baby, ends up scalded with hot water on the baby's back. Burnt the poor baby. So, you know, of course, they take him to the hospital. When you go to the hospital for stuff like that, they call CPS. So Child Protective Services come in and investigate. You know, they don't know what happened. I guess Antoine said that it's an accident, and they had no proof that it wasn't. So he didn't get any jail time, but they put a protection order out against him for the kids, and a separate one for Shanika. He can't see her or the kids, and to keep him away from the kids. So Shanika is not happy about that because she obviously thinks it was an accident or just didn't care. So a few weeks go by. He had to immediately get out of Sonya's house. She wasn't having it. Get out of my house. You can't be here. No telling what you did to my grandson, or if you did on purpose. So then, and we're meeting that one. So then a few weeks go by. Shanika starts to miss Antoine. I don't know what's wrong with this girl, y'all. She crazy as hell. First of all, she ends up missing Antoine. Don't know what he did to the baby. Don't know if it was on purpose. She don't care. She just missed him. So she starts sneaking Antoine in, invite him over in this woman's house, knowing she don't like him, in the middle of the night. This goes on for months and months and months. And so Antoine is sneaking in the basement. When his kids go to sleep, they clearly getting in because Shanika ends up pregnant again. This is her third child. But they know Sonya is not going to be too thrilled about this pregnancy, so they hide it from her. Because he's not even supposed to be around. Like, how you getting pregnant if he ain't been around? And, so, once that happens, they one night decide they want to go shower together. They think Sonya is asleep. They shower, whatever. Once they get out the shower, they notice the kitchen light is on. Ooh. Ooh. They notice the kitchen light is on. So juicy. So the kitchen light is on. And it's Sonya. So they sitting around thinking like, oh shoot, oh shit, what we gonna do, you know? But it wasn't enough time. Sonya heard them or whatever. So she walks in, starts screaming to Antoine, what are you doing here? Get out of my house. You're not supposed to be here. You know, they had a conversation or whatever. So I guess he stood around for a while and thought about what to do. Y'all, this story get crazy. So y'all know Antoine's asking to sock this lady in the face. Sock this girl mama in the face. Because he in her house trespassing. You know, just cold stone crazy. So, after he socks her in the face, Shanika ain't do shit. Shanika just standing around looking dumb. Her mom falls to the ground. And you know, calling out for Shanika, like, do something. Shanika ain't done a thing. Ain't did nothing. So after he punches her in the face, Shanika, like I said, she didn't do nothing. She nonchalantly heads to the basement to go check on the kids. She goes to check on kids. She comes back upstairs. And Antoine has Miss Sonya sitting down in a chair, a knife in one hand and her debit card in another hand. You know, threatening her, asking her for the pen. She wouldn't give it to him, so he keeps assaulting her. He eventually punches her in the stomach, and she couldn't take the pain no more, so she screamed out the pen. He gives the card to Shanika and tells her to go withdraw as much money as possible. So Shanika goes and does what she does, still showing no emotion for her mother. She goes to get the money out. All she was able to take out was $500. $500. So she comes back with the $500. The aunt is sitting in a chair with frozen veggies on her face. You know, saying, please let me go to the hospital. I'm in so much pain. Yada, yada, yada. And Antoine is just, you know, walking back and forth trying to figure out what he's going to do. Shanika ain't said a thing. Shanika ain't said a damn thing. So, he don't know what he gonna do. You know, he debating back and forth, and the woman is just screaming and crying out for help. So eventually, Antoine decides that he can't let her do that. He don't want to go to jail. He know that she don't like him, and he been in jail before. He don't want to go back. So Shanika heads downstairs again to check on the kids because she just got back, I guess. I don't know why she was so worried about them damn kids and not her mother. Wow. Your kids, you know your kids down there asleep. So she goes downstairs. While she's down there, she hears a thud, like a boom, from upstairs. She runs upstairs to see what happens. Antoine did knock down Sonya, beating her in the head with a hammer, y'all. Beating this lady head in the head with a hammer. Shanika come back upstairs, still didn't do a thing. Sitting there, watch this woman that took her in when her own mother and father didn't want her. Took her in after the system, jumped her around, and watched this man just kill her. He killed her. He beat her in the hammer with the head so many times that it ended up killing her, y'all. So, crazy part is now, after he done killed this lady, his girlfriend's mother, in front of her, y'all know, they went downstairs, watched TV, and went to sleep like nothing happened. Clearly, two damn psychopaths, and especially Shanika ass, for watching them kill her mom. So, the next morning, they get up, business per usual for them, like nothing happened. They get the kids up ready, I guess, to get dropped off for the day. I don't know what she does with the kids, but they head out. But before the kids walk upstairs, she tells the kids to cover their eyes. Cover your eyes so you can't see what happened or whatever. So the kids cover their eyes. They don't know anything. They just go on about the day. They leave the house. She drops Antoine off downtown, I guess, and she goes out and runs her errands. What the hell you got to do to run an errand? And your mother is in the house dead. You've been living with her. You 20-something years old with 3 damn kids. 2 kids and pregnant with 1. What errand do you have to run? But anyway, they go on about their day. So later that night, they come home and get to business. They end up, Antoine, while he's out in the city, he ends up buying some plastic bags and a pink sheet or something. So they wrap her body up, clean up the house or whatever. Antoine gets in. Her car is Sonya's car, the lady he killed. Just crazy, man. Wraps her body up, drives her away, and dumps it in a dumpster of like an apartment parking lot. So the next day, a tenant of that parking lot saw a dead body. Saw blood hanging out of a pink sheet and feet. So she calls the police, of course. Immediately, the police show up and find Sonya's body. They run her fingerprints through the system. Because she's a school teacher, her fingerprints are in the system. So it was easy to track who she was. So the police booked down back to her house an hour away, you know, to let her next of kin know that she is deceased. Shanika's there. She opens up the door, lets the police in nonchalantly, like ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing happened. So once she gets let them in, you know, the police let her know, you know, your mother has been found dead. Shanika shows no emotion. So the police think that's kind of weird. I guess that's, you know, they show up eventually right away to see how people react. Out walks Antoine. They both had the same story, that someone called Sonya a couple nights ago and she left in a rage and just never came back. The story sounds fishy because why wouldn't you call the police if your mother went missing? So they end up start questioning them separately. They questioned them separately, and you know, they ended up finding out, you know, they had something to do with it. Antoine, however, sticks with his story. They give Shanika her options, tell her how much time she's facing and all that. She ends up having to change her heart. She wants to see her kids, so she throws Antoine under the bus, as she should. She should have stood there and watched it, actually, but she threw Antoine under the bus. So she ends up going to jail. After she saves herself, she gets 6 to 18 years for criminal facilitation to a murder. That's not enough to me. Sit there and watch your mom get killed and didn't give a damn about it. Because they said She wanted a chance to see her kids. She shouldn't be able to see her kids. That lady's crazy. So 6 to 18 years, and then Antoine got charged with first-degree murder and life with no parole. So in 6 to 18 years, y'all, Shanika gonna be out here trying to get her kids back, being with another man, probably doing some more crazy shit. She shouldn't be able to see her kids, and she should have got a life also. She set up and watched this man kill the only person that obviously cared about her, and took her and her kids and let you live there. Probably wasn't paying her nothing because they moved out of his family house to move in with her family because they ain't had no money. They killed her mom. That lady, poor lady, rest in peace. What is wrong with these women? I think, now her, Shanika, I think something is obviously wrong with that girl. You can sit up and watch somebody beat your mother to death. 1, that's your mom. 2, she took you in when nobody else gave a shit about you. 3, your kids are in the basement. You watching this happen? Like, you gotta be crazy. But hey, that's what most of these women on these shows are, crazy. But I really think something is wrong with her mentally. But it gotta be mentally something wrong with her. Wrong with her ass. What y'all think? Do y'all think she crazy, or do y'all just think she in love? I think her ass is cray cray. But anyway, I'm full, y'all. That is it for now. Be sure to subscribe before you leave. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.